Everyone, in this video tutorial, we will be learning about Python, how we can install Python in our computer system. So let's start. First of all, we have to open any browser. In my case, I'm using Google Chrome. After that, go to the search bar and write down here Python download. After typing the Python download, press enter. And you will be directed to the official website of Python, that is www.python.org. Now click on the download Python option here. Just wait for a while. This is the official web page of Python programming language. Here you have to click here on the download Python. Here the latest version of Python will be displayed. In my case, it's 3.12.3. So let's try to download it by clicking it here. As you can see, the downloading has been started here. Please wait for some time so that the downloading can be completed. I'm time lapsing. I'm speeding the video to I'm speeding the video to reduce the time lapse. As you can see, we have successfully downloaded Python in our computer system. Let's click here the folder button so that we can see where it is downloaded. Here we have a Python program software here. It's showing that it has been downloaded here in the download folder. Say the name of the company is Python Software Foundation. It is a 64-bit program. Now let's try to understand how we can install it in our computer system. After downloading Python in our computer system, let's try to install it. To install Python in our computer system, double click on it, the file that you have downloaded here. A dialog box will be appear in front of you, which will ask you to install the Python in a default directory or a custom directory as per your requirement. So it is a better option to go with the default option. Here, two more options are given to you. The first option is use admin privileges when installing Python or py.exe, and the second one is add Python exe to path. So you can use any of the options. It does not make any difference here, but it is a good practice that in future when you use the Python for projects, you must use add a Python to path option here. So please check it here, and after that click on by default options here. Just a minute, let me zoom out here. So click on the install now options, which will install the IDLE, PIP and documentation that are related to Python. IDLE is nothing but the Integrated Development Learning Environment. It is a program which where we use to write the Python programs. Click here and wait for the installation process. As you can see here, our was successful. Setup was successful. Dialog box appears, which clearly states that we have successfully installed Python in our computer system. Let's close it here. Let's check it out whether we have successfully installed it or not. Let's try to validate. So first of all, go to your start button or start menu. Without going here and there, click here on all programs, and here inside this start menu, you will find the official Python version here. We have installed Python 3.12 version. Here, the IDLE program is here. It is used to write Python programs. So click here. As you can see, we have IDLE software or IDLE shell is here. We can also say it is a shell. So IDLE shell is here. Here we have so many different options are given. Say file option is here, edit option is here, shell option is here, debug option is here, options is also here, or options menu is here, window, help, etc. is given to you. Suppose that you want to configure some font type here or font size here, so you can go it by going to the configure IDLE option. Here you will come to know that we have a different number of fonts are here along with the size. You can increase the size as per your requirement, decrease your size, you can make it bold, etc as per your requirements. You have so many different options are given here. The keys are given here, windows and so many tabs are given here, but you are not required to make such changes here. Leave it as default. Next to next, you must change your font size here and your font face or simply the font name. You can see that. And after that, click apply and OK. So the changes will reflect here. Now, let's try to write some Python program here. So without coding, can we use Python ideally? Yes. Suppose that I want to perform additions of two numbers, say 4 plus 7. Just press enter and you will come to know that the summation 11 is reflected here. So basically Python ideally shell works on two modes, the interactive mode and the project working mode, or you can say it as a shell mode, and this is the shell mode. It is also known as an interactive mode. So I will be discussing in depth in the next video what is the difference between these two modes. So let's try to understand how we can write a simple one line program code here. Suppose that I want to print a message here, hello Python. So how I can print it here? Just write down the name of the print function, print. Then suppose that if I write here, say if I want to print some message here, so how I can print here? So I have to use the single quotes. Inside that single quotes, I will be writing hello Python. Okay, close the thing. So whatever the things that are inside the single quotes will be